Why was health and safety important when filming the film for Megan?
I think one of the major things is we went away. We went to South Wales, quite a small industrial village, very far away from the NFTS base. So, you know, quite far away. Also, the place where we actually filmed had quite a negative vibe about it. We were hearing lots of stories about that it was really dangerous. So we had to be really careful, especially because two of our lead actresses were only 15. And we did quite a lot of shooting at night, so there were various things to take into account. We also had quite a large crew, between 25 and 30, so lots of different things.
And whose responsibility is it for health and safety when making a film?
I mean, primarily it's the producer and the production manager that from the very beginning, so at script stage, you're looking at the different aspects that come up. But once you sort of get into the shooting, get into the production, it becomes everyone's responsibility, and you know, you give out all the information, then everyone is responsible for it, and the heads of department need to make sure their departments are following the guidelines. So it's sort of shared responsibility when you get there.
Lovely. And what in particular were you worried about from the safety angle, and how did you tackle the issues?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, with the community, that was an issue, and also places can be very different at night, and as I said, we had these couple of night shoots. Also, when you're filming in the middle of someone's community, people are going to come and watch. So we had crowds of about 30 to 40 people sort of watching. Kids would bring their little tents and camp out for the night to watch, and obviously they're going to make noise. And the way that you're sort of interacting with them, you need to be careful, because we're coming into their community. You can't sort of go around saying, you know, can you be quiet or go away. You know, so it's important to sort of make them a part of the film you're making. Also, we had the 15-year-old actresses, so because they're under 16, there's quite a lot of other implications health and safety-wise, so we had limited time with them. So we had some stand-ins that would block the scenes with the directors before they needed to go on action. We had chaperones there as well, so that they were constantly being looked after by somebody who knows all the guidelines and making sure they're safe. Things like big crew. We had a fight scene as well, and we couldn't afford to get a professional fight coordinator, so we had to reimagine the scene so that it was shot in a way that you're still following the drama, but you don't actually have to be laying blows on anybody. So there's some of the things.
Clever. A lot of things.
Yeah.
Okay, and did you think that health and safety prevented you from doing anything when you were making the film?
No, I don't think it did. I think sometimes, obviously, you can't do things maybe the very first way that you imagine them, but it's a creative industry, and we all sort of work together and communicate to find the best way of achieving what you want, but also doing it safely at the same time. So I wouldn't say it stopped anything. It maybe meant we had to reimagine things, but no.
Lovely. And how did you ensure that everyone involved in the making of the Megan complied with like your safety plan and things?
Yeah, well, initially we write what we call a risk assessment, so that has all the stuff to do with the health and safety. That gets emailed out to every member of the crew and all the cast as well. And then when we get to set, we have hard copies. Then every morning we would have a health and safety briefing. So myself and the first AD would get up and just talk in general terms about the health and safety issues of that day, and then the more specific things related to what we were filming on that particular day. And then myself and the production manager would be there all the time, sort of walking around just making sure everyone's following the guidelines.
What are the benefits of having a safety plan and sticking to it, do you think?
I think when you get on set and you start filming, unexpected things always happen, and you need to be able to focus on the drama and the story and get the very best that you can for the film. So it's not the time to sort of be planning your safety and plan as you go along. So having something that you can take time and put thought into before you get there sort of frees up a lot of space to think more creatively when you're
there. Because of the way the film operated its safety plan, and the safety plan was involved with the whole production, as it were, it became incorporated from conception right the way through to the end. Health and safety wasn't an add-on in any way, shape or form. It was integrated within the whole production.